But dude, this Merciless build right here, this shit is sleeper as fuck. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but I'm gonna share some very valuable information. Merciless explosive damage penetrates armor. So chunguses and sniper doggos, just like that. You don't even need to break the armor to kill the doggos and the chunguses. It just completely bypasses all of their armor. It's fucking awesome. But yeah, fully buffed up. Doing 2.9 million damage on a 5-stack. What's up, everybody? LSD Jesus here from Streamer House, bringing you another Division 2 build video. Today, I'm going to be going over my explosive damage, weapon damage, Merciless build. So the entire build revolves around having a crap ton of explosive damage and using the Merciless exotic rifle. We'll go over the Merciless real quick. So pretty much the Merciless, it has a binary trigger, which is when you push the trigger, it fires one bullet. When you let off the trigger, it fires a second bullet. The first bullet primes the target with a detonating round. The second bullet will detonate your primer rounds. For each consecutive primer you have on a target, you gain 75% more damage. You can have up to 5. So just a quick demonstration. See how it's marked? And I also have a 1 next to my gun. The second fire detonates it. So with a 1 stack, we did 185,000. Now I'm purposely missing these second shots to get a stack. With 3 stacks, we did 2.5 million. My bad. So yeah, that's what the build revolves around. I have found that the Merciless scales off both weapon damage and explosive damage. Explosive damage does scale better, so we are using the Demolitionist instead of the Sharpshooter specialization. And for gear pieces, you're going to want explosive damage on every piece of gear. And then I'm also running on the ropes on the backpack. But yeah, every single piece of gear is going to have the destructive talent. I chose a China mask just because this is pretty much what I had laying around with the stats that I required. I needed a yellow for on the ropes, and then damage to elites. That's the only damage to elites I have in the build. It's just on my mask. I wish I could get a higher roll there, but I had to modify explosive damage onto this mask, so we're just using what we got. We're using an Alp Summit chest piece for some CDR. Mainly, it's just because it had what I needed. It had a high weapon damage roll. And I've been having struggling trying to figure out how to get my defenses a little bit higher. You do feel a little squishy in this build. If you notice, I've only got 200,000 armor and 88,000 health. Pretty weak in this new patch. So yeah, we just picked this chest piece up because it had a health roll and a high weapon damage roll. And of course, I could put destructive on it. Modded up for some explosive damage. I got some generic ones. Weapon damage and assault rifle damage in your reds. Your utilities, you can put pretty much whatever you want. I just wanted reload speed. The holster, we're rocking a Douglas and Harding, a little bit of extra accuracy, some CDR. Your seeker mines do hit pretty darn good with this, but having all this high CDR makes on the ropes kind of a hassle to manage. So I'm thinking about maybe just going skill power and getting CDR mods on my roly-polies, but we'll see. Just a random Wyvernware backpack that had weapon damage on it that I had to roll onto it. It had a good health roll and a yellow roll, and it came with on the ropes and destructive. So yeah, why we're rocking that. Modded for skill power and some chem launcher and extra outgoing healing, because why not? I think this is pronounced Gilligard. Maybe it's Heelgard, I don't know. But we're running 2 pieces of that, mainly for the mod slots that it came with. A little bit of extra armor, some hazard protection helps keep me alive. Of course, destructive. Skill power, explosive damage modded there. And then Gilligard knee pads with health and explosive damage. So really, I had 2 main thoughts that I haven't put into this build yet that I do want to put into this build, and that would be a Fenris knee pad. I wanted to try to find Fenris knee pads that I can have entrenched and explosive damage. So then if I hit headshots, I could get a little bit armor repair. Either that or even patience, just to help with survivability. That is definitely something I am hunting for and will put into the build once I can obtain. And I also really wanted to try to slap in, I think it's one piece of Overlord. Yeah, I want to try to find an Overlord chest piece, I do believe is what we want to try to find. That will allow me to get the extra rifle damage, which will just scale my damage up a little more. But of course, finding it with the right rolls, it's kind of tough. But yeah, pretty much your gameplay, you're going to be hiding in cover because you're super squishy. And for most red targets, you could just fire away. You don't need to try to stack up your shots. But for like the bigger targets, you're going to want to shoot once, miss your second shot, shoot again, miss, and then detonate. Most yellows, I go at minimal, try to go 3 stacks. Bosses, you always go up to 5 just for big damage. But yeah, the build has actually been playing out really, really good. It's solid. And I have learned something very interesting. With the new buff to Nemesis, or not Nemesis, to the Merciless, the explosive damage triggered from your detonating rounds bypasses the armor of like the heavy armored tanks, I call them chunguses, and the warhounds or the sniper doggos that the Black Tusk have. It completely penetrates their armor, so you don't even need to break their armor to kill them anymore. You just blow them up. It's great. So yeah, it's not too hard of a build to put together. Pretty much you just want explosive damage on everything. You don't need to have on the ropes to make it work. It just helps out a little bit because Merciless does scale off weapon damage. And if you notice, the actual shots from the Merciless don't really hit that hard. I mean, 70,000 for a rifle is pretty low. The first bullet's only doing 3,000. But then you add in that explosive damage. So, you know, the explosions hits for 185,000 on one stack. Plus you got the 75 or the 70,000 if you hit a headshot. Mainly I go for bodies. So 40,000. So you can add that extra to your damage. So you're thinking every time you shoot an enemy, it's at least 200,000 damage, which isn't too bad for a high rate of fire rifle. But yeah, it's actually been a pretty solid build. I'm not disappointed in any way, shape, or form. The only thing, like I said, is I'm having a little bit of survivability issues. I feel a little squishy, but I think patience knee pads will help that out quite a bit, or maybe even entrenched. But like I said, I don't go for headshots because you don't need headshots. Your damage is all just explosive damage, really. So you don't even need to hit them in the head.
Oh, sniper dog is gonna one shot.
Fuck, I had to reload. Yeah, dude, sniper doggos, chunguses, they're like literally nothing for me to kill now.
I think your build is gonna be like the most important thing in the raid.
Dude, it's so good. But yeah, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe on the video, share it with your friends, share it with your grandma. Fucking duct tape a sign on your dog that says, watch my video, do something. Thank you all for watching. Have a great day. Peace.